Ooh, I bet y'all thought I was ready. I bet y'all thought I was ready. But guess what, you guys? It's one of them kind of days. Hey, and T.Graye's ass is not ready. Okay, mic not plugged up, hair all disheveled, no earrings on. Trying to get my t-shirt right, you guys. T.Graye is having a day. Okay, T.Graye is having a day, but it coincides with what we're going to talk about today. First off, welcome to Sex Talk with T.Graye on WEMS Radio. Today is Trust Me Tuesdays, and trust me when I tell y'all that sometimes a bitch have. Okay, every once in a while a girl will have a bad day, and that not only happens in regular life, but it also happens in the bedroom. Every day I'm not on my A game. Every day I'm not. But trust me, if you ever catch me on an off day, when I get back to you, it's going to be spectacular. Like I make up for it, trifold. So just understand that today's shows won't be one of them kind of shows, you guys. Okay, trust me. It might not be the best today. Okay, T.Graye might be a little off, might be a little disheveled, but I promise you it will be worth the wait for the week after and the week after and the week after, because T.Graye is going to hit you all with some fire. And yes, I'm hitting y'all with that Derek Jackson third person. T.Graye is going to do a damn thing. So, you guys, if anybody saw any of my promotions, you know that I was supposed to have Scruncho, one of my most favorite comedians. Anthony McKinley was supposed to be on. He has a lot of dynamic things going on. So if we aren't able to get him in here today, you guys, then definitely we'll bring him back another week, because the discussion I wanted to have was going to be just amazing and just really some real thugged out man woman shit that I feel like everybody really kind of needs to jump into or dive into. First things first. What's up, y'all? Since I don't have Scruncho on, y'all already know I'm going to always have a special treat, a special sneak treat in the building. So I got with me tonight one of my most favorite people in the whole wide world, my favorite Puerto Rican. Pretty sure it's going to be yours too. My homie, owner of WEMS, host of The Spot, Prophet Pete. Come on in here, bro.
Yeah. What's going on, my lady?
This is the longest introduction known to me. The longest introduction known to man. But it's okay. Welcome to Trust Me Tuesdays.
Don't trust nobody, but yeah.
Don't trust nobody?
Nah.
Not even in the bedroom?
Nah, I gotta trust you in the bedroom.
So
gotta trust you not to take pictures.
Trust you not to take pictures. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that somewhere, you guys, there's a lady who has some photographs of my man's. Or is it videotape? Sex lives and videotape?
Might be videotapes. They probably wait, and they're gonna wait for me to be on TV, then they're gonna drop it. It's gonna be that sex tape that's gonna pop out. And I'll be like, damn it, man. But it's cool.
So let me tell you what's interesting about that. There definitely is footage of T.Graye out there in the streets. And it wasn't like you guys, T.Graye didn't do no porn or nothing. I'm gonna be on my Derek Jackson the whole show. I just want y'all to know that. But I'm going to be speaking to third person this whole show. But it wasn't that I did a porn or anything like that. But you know, sometimes in relationships, if you are that comfortable with somebody and there is a level of trust there, hell yeah, I'm gonna get caught up, because I'm gonna be like, what? I'm gonna be on my Paul Pierce. You're right. Look, smoking weed, having sex, and like, you caught me. But you know, in relationships, sometimes you do put yourself out there in that way because you trust the person that you're with. So you may have photos, you know, there's sexting, there's a lot of things that we do to kind of keep the spark going. You may have some homemade pornos that you did during the course of a relationship, and then the relationship ends. early on in this show, before the show was live, I did have somebody on who talked about using sex as a weapon. And that was one of the ways that it was used, wherein the person took the homemade porn and then used it against that person after the breakup, sent it to the job and everything else, and this person was a government employee. So definitely not talking weaponizing, but when it comes to trust in the bedroom, trust is one of the biggest things you have to have. So if there ever is, tape of T.Graye photos, whatever the case may be, I'm not going to be like, oh, that wasn't me, I didn't do it. Nah, it was me. Look how I took that dick. You see that? You see how? Watch. I'll be like, watch. Because I can tell you all, my sex tape is not going to yield me no Kim Kardashian money. Okay? I can assure you that Ray J ain't my co-host, and I don't have what's her mom's name, Chris. I don't have no Kris Jenner on my team to boost me from sex tape to multimillionaire, damn near billionaire. Like I just don't have that. But I wouldn't be ashamed, because at the time that I performed those acts, and the person or persons that I performed the acts with at the time, I trusted them. You know what I mean? I trusted what the sexual situation was. How big of a factor, Prophet, do you think trust plays in the bedroom?
I think to take it to, that next level, besides just the normal sex acts, there got to be a lot of trust. Like there's trust. You got to trust them enough to be able to let them be free with what they're doing. Otherwise, it turns into is this okay? Is that okay? And then it takes away from the whole damn experience.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. So was there ever a time where having that trust in the bedroom then was a negative thing, or was used against you in any shape, form, or fashion?
I don't think it was used against me. I'm a very trusting individual, so I kind of know what I'm gonna get into before I get into the bedroom. And if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna let you know before I do it. It's not gonna be a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
So it's never got used against me. But there are some things that could possibly be leaked as far as sexting. Definitely as far as sexting. There's some videos and stuff. Yes.
You up off them dick pics, ain't you?
Huh?
You a dick pic sender?
If you ask for it, I'm gonna send it. That's just it's a hey. Hey. The way I see it, I feel like I got something that in a pic, no matter who you send it to, I'm not gonna be embarrassed. So I'm good.
Okay.
That's the way I see it. So you can show it to your friends. I don't know if you want to do that, because they might hit me up in my DM and then you're gonna be mad that they did.
You got to end that with trust me. Trust me that if they see this pic, they slide in this DM now. Now I'm not, look, you got to put your disclaimer out there. I'm not saying my dick is like that, but what I am saying is, once they see it.
And I did experience that one time in my life when I was a young boy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, I don't know if you really want to tell people about what happened. And then next thing you know, it was two friends and one of their sisters. And then we experienced that whole thing together. There was 5 of us.
Hold on. It was 5 of y'all at one time?
Right, but I was the only one that was
You was the only guy?
Yes.
And you had 4 women on you at one time?
Yes, it was an
Excuse me.
Huh?
I said, excuse me. I had to clear that shit up out my throat.
Yes. It was one of those things. After that, I realized, you know what? I could be married now. I did this. So, I can hang up my condom or whatever the hell you want to call it and say, yo, you know what? I can dedicate myself to someone now because I got it all out my system.
How much trust do you have to have in your dick to fuck 4 women at one time?
But I did it separately, so it was okay when we all got together. They set me up, though. It was a setup. It was definitely a setup. They said, what you doing? I got to the house, they was all there. All of them. Interesting. Right? Definitely interesting.
And so you said that there's footage of this. So you say that there's some proof. I want to see it. Say photographs, little videotape. What you
It
got?
could be some things that, well, I can probably still find them if I looked hard enough. I can still find them all and be like, hey, remember that night?
Hilarious. But that is just so interesting to be trusting in that phase and in that space. But I guess for a man, maybe it's not even an issue of trust, because if most men have, most heterosexual men, you walk into a room and you have the option of fucking 4 chicks, most men ain't gonna be like, oh nah, you know what I mean? Yeah, nah, I'm not, you know what I mean? They might laugh. Go ahead, girl, but they gonna do it.
Like, y'all crazy.
But they're gonna do it. So trust does play a very, very big factor. But just that word, you guys, I don't even think people really maybe look at that as an erotic word, but it definitely can be. So for me, being in the bedroom, if a man ever says to me, or a woman, whatever, do you trust me? Like, whatever's coming behind that, do you trust me, is about to blow your mind. It's about to be off the chain. It's about to be crazy. Zoom says, is trust more important than love? In the bedroom, I believe that is up to your own perception. And I say that because love is different to most people, but trust typically is the same. Trust typically is the same across the board, man, woman, whatever the relationship dynamic is. But love is always going to be different. If you ask me what love is and I ask you, Zoom, we're going to have 2 totally different answers. It's going to mean something totally different. Then you're going to have the group of people who want to break down, well, being in love isn't the same thing as I love. And it's so many variables there. So when you get to the bedroom, let's say it's not a relationship. Let's say it's not something long term. Let's say it's not a consistent fuck buddy. Let's say this is just a one night stand. One night stands don't involve love at all. But is there still a certain level of trust that you have to go into it with? You know what I mean? You still have to go into it with the hope that this person ain't gonna pull out no crazy shit, with the hope that I'm gonna walk away leaving out with my nuts empty, but I'm not going to be leaving out with no extra shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a trust factor that comes into being naked, because there's a certain level of vulnerability there. And how can you be vulnerable even with a total stranger if there's no level of trust? So I know it might sound a little bit crazy to say, hey, yeah, even in a one night stand, there's trust involved, but there definitely is. So when you ask, is it more important? Again, that's perception, but do you have experiences that involve trust and no love at all? Of course you do. Of course you do. But so say you move forward, you're in a committed relationship, you're in a marriage, whatever the case may be. Do those things still go hand in hand, or do they coincide? I don't know, because I do believe that you can have one without the other. You know what I mean? I could love you to death. I might not trust you with this hot whatever you bringing in here. I might not. Or this cold ice, whatever it is, you know what I mean? You might have something or mechanism that I might not trust, that I could be fearful, and I might not trust you using whatever this mechanism could or couldn't possibly be. And it could be something as simple as a dildo. It could be something as simple as oh God, it slipped my mind. What's the ring, the cock rings, or it could be something mild. And although I love you, I might not trust you to use those things. So I don't think the two have to coincide in a situation. But if you're ever in a situation where you have both, then there's the bonus. Then there's definitely the bonus. I don't feel as if one is more important than the other, because there are some fantastic sexual experiences that you have without love. And then I feel like there's some not so great experiences that you have if you remove the trust from the situation. Hopefully that's T.Graye's best answer in reference to that. But in talking about that, because what I wanted to get into tonight, you guys, is Scruncho had made it, and he and I had a conversation the other day that was dynamic. We're on the phone about an hour, and one of the things that he said that really, really stuck out to me was the difference between a man who's seeking love and a man who's seeking a wife. Um, and not to say that love is temporary, but in that phase, a man who's seeking a wife is ready to be a husband, so he presents himself in such. A dude who's just looking for love or just looking for something at the moment, again, presents himself as such, and that's the only thing that he wants to satisfy, whatever that moment is for him, whatever that season is for him, as opposed to looking for a wife. So I wanted to talk about that, and I wanted to see, is there legitimately a correlation between that and then what your expectation is in the bedroom? So Prophet, you've been single, you've been married, you've been back to single. Is your expectation of what happens in the bedroom, is it different when you're just looking for love or just looking for somebody in that moment? Or is the expectation different when you're looking for a wife? Like, what is the real expectation from a man's point of view of a woman to perform or what have you in love versus being a wife?
Well, if I'm looking at, just to be in something for the moment, right? I had the 3-time rule, right? My 3-time rule is, hey, we play around the first time. I'm not expecting much. The second time we doing what we doing. The third time is going to be, bells and whistles, and we got glitter and everything falling from the ceiling. And then I'm not going to call you again. That's if I was just in something for the moment. When I'm looking for someone to be, to be married to, when I'm looking for that wife, I still want all the freaky stuff in the bedroom, but
Mhm.
there's going to be a lot of things that I'm going to look for outside of that. So, you know, when it comes to especially the Hispanic culture, not to sound old school or nothing, there's certain things that men do and there's certain things that women do, and then we come together
Mhm.
and we're able to do that. So do you fall into those categories? But then I grew up in a household where my mother kept it 100% real with me, and she's like, "Yo, your wife got to be your everything. That girl that you with for the moment,
Mhm.
she could just be that thing that you looking for at that moment. But your wife got to be your everything. She got to be your friend. She got to be your lover. She got to be your hoe. She got to be just everything."
Yeah.
So when I'm looking for that wife, I'm looking for all those things. Like when I'm ready to, like, I want to pop off and uh we in Kmart and the bathroom over there, and that family bathroom situation, I think is a setup, because that means that multiple people could go in that bathroom and you're secluded from everything. And I will visit the family bathroom in Kmart just because I was feeling a certain type of way. But my
Mhm.
wife should be the one that be like, I look at her, I look at the bathroom sign, and she's like, that unspoken communication. We nodding, and you already know this is what we're doing.
So what we're doing, you guys, okay, for those of you who are just tuning in to Sex Talk with T.Graye and WEMS Radio, what we are doing is Prophet has had 4 women at one time. Okay, because I feel like y'all need to get caught up. He's had 4 women at one time. Okay,
Two of them were sisters,
2 of them were sisters.
and the other ones were best friends. So
You can't share his dick pic, ladies, because then all your friends gonna want fuck. And apparently, he's turned the backs out in Kmart bathrooms, family restrooms, no less. They got the pictures of the babies in the nursing rooms. I'm just getting everybody caught up.
I just know the changing table ain't built to hold no woman. Right?
There,
It's only made for
there
babies.
is
You're
weight
gonna fold it.
restriction.
It's not gonna work after you're done with it. If you try and put the lady on the table, go for the sink or something.
So
Just- just-
overall, okay, you guys, we're talking about trust in the bedroom. Today is Trust Me Tuesday. And trust me, don't none of y'all asses need to be fucking on the changing table in the bathroom. Okay. I don't care what your weight class is. Get your ass off of there. So, you guys, my guest is in the building. One of my most favorite comedians, you guys. You have seen him in film, you've seen him on TV, you've seen him on stage. He has a new sitcom out, you guys, with some of my other favorites. He has a new special coming. He's doing big things. We're going to talk about all of it, and we're going to get his perspective on this Trust Me Tuesday. Anthony McKinley, y'all know him better as Scruncho. Come on in here, man.
He's there, but I guess there you go, there you go.
Hey.
He said though, like he looking like 50 just right now with the thermal on or something. Like, what's going on, bro?
Oh, what's up, man? You know, so as soon as she was introducing me, somebody had called me. I'm like, oh shit! So I snapped back on, man. But listen, first of all, T, I want to welcome you. You know, thank you for inviting me to your show, bro. And I was listening to your situation, man. You got a lot going on, man. Shit, you know. But you know, that's just crazy, you know. Anything y'all want to know, you know, I'm free to answer whatever y'all want to ask, you know.
So this my co-host today, you guys, is Prophet Pete. My guest down here in the bottom is Scruncho. If you all haven't seen him, I don't know where you've been. You must have been living under a rock. One of my most favorite people. So I was sharing with the audience a little bit of our conversation and your perspective on men looking for love versus looking for a wife. And so the conversation has been, how does that then translate into the bedroom? We're also talking about trust tonight. It's Trust Me Tuesday. So do you think that there is a difference in what you seek sexually when you're looking for a wife versus looking for somebody to love, or just looking for somebody for the moment?
Oh yeah, see, it's two different things. You know, when a man looking for a wife, supposed to when a man looking for love, those two different scenarios. When a man looking for love, he looking for things it's a personal thing. Oh, she got to look like this, or she got to act like this. You know, he looking for what he wants. So when a man looking for love, it's a very selfish thing. He don't really have her in mind. But when a man looking for wife, it might not even be the same female he was looking for in love, because when he was looking for in love was based around him. But when you look for a wife, you completed yourself as a man. And now you look for a wife to give her you. You know, so now it's about how could is she worthy enough to for me to give her the world? So it's just two different levels. Mm-hmm. So when I look for a wife, see, it's not sexual influence. Like when a man really start looking for a wife, especially at a certain age, pussy.
He done cut all the way out. Right? And he said pussy, and then it all went away.
It went away. I feel like, so maybe is his connection there, but he should
probably. He probably got an issue. Once he comes back fully, I'll bring him back in.
You guys, he was about to drop that knowledge on us real quick.
But I can actually relate to what he's saying, you know, and he said it a little differently from what I said. You know, the selfish part when you just you're in the moment, you're looking to get what you want, versus when you're looking to court someone to be married. Mm-hmm. Right? There's certain things that don't even matter. That individual, it's not the appearance, and all those things don't even matter. Right? Because when you're looking for a wife, it's for better or worse, through sickness and health, through death do you part. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I know for sure that there'll be instances where I might be the big motherfucker and I might be the little nigga. You might get a little big, you might get a little small. None of that changes the way I see you and look at you. Mm-hmm. Right? Sex ain't it. We gonna be together for the long haul. So you know what? We can figure that whole sex shit out. I got a duffel bag. If shit ain't right, don't worry. I'm gonna drop the duffel bag off on the side of the bed. And we just, like, I was going to the gym and I got a real big duffel bag, that long one that you put football equipment in, right? Real long one. Mm-hmm. Pick something to help yourself out if something ain't right. But we gonna talk about it. And he back.
Hey, could y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Could you hear me? Because somebody had called again. And here's the thing, right? In order, when you have a real, true companion, and when you look for love, and you really find your wife, the one thing we in the Black community that avoids us, and that we got taboo over us, and that they programmed us not to, think it's weak or think it's bad, is the word submissive. So whenever any Black people hear the word submissive, red flags go up, egos kick in, and and we see it as a form of weakness, but in the strength, in reality, submissiveness is a form of strength. But submissive behavior don't start. A man should be more submissive to his wife than a wife should be to her man. And not only that, to her husband. Not only that, when a person is submissive, it's not about the word submissive. That's beautiful. It's the spirits that do not come when you have a submissive. When two people are submissive, but it got to be two in order to get the best out of it. If one person is submissive as a man, then you like bullying. You know what I mean? And then if a woman, if a man is submissive, a woman not, then he look weak. But when two of them is submissive, and then now y'all both communicating with God telepathically, it's beautiful because submissive spirits. When you submissive, it's like I said, it's not about the spirits that come with submissive. It's the soul. See, because when you submissive to your wife, that means you trust her. You know what I mean? And you want to make her life better. When she is submissive to you, the world get bigger, the room will get bigger, the space get bigger, and then you get beyond this world, because if you wake up trying to figure out how to make your wife's life easier, and she wake up on how to try to make your life easier, and then y'all world get bigger. You know what I mean? When I'm in love, I don't, when I go shopping, I always look and I say, okay, get that for her. Oh yeah, I don't even get to myself before I get to all the, my daughters, because I always look out for the women in my life, because I know that's the greatest gift God gave me as a man, other than being a man. You get it,
Yeah, most definitely. So, what plays a big role, you guys, in being able to submit in that way is our other topic, is having trust. Because you have to be able to trust that not only does that person have you unconditionally, but it's okay for you to release and to be into that person unconditionally at that same level. Submission is not this person in charge, you just telling me what to do. And I think that sometimes is the perception, or when people hear that word, they automatically think, oh, maybe BDSM and I'm getting tied up, but that's not the case. And being able to submit to your partner and or follow the lead one way or the other, it does take a lot of trust. It takes a lot of patience. And like he said, it definitely takes a lot of strength.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Being
right,
submissive
right,
and like to you seeing me. So I'm not a little person. So me to be submissive to a female, to me, it's not a thing of strength or weakness. It does have to do with trust. I trust you. Yo, this is what you want to do. Let's do it. Yeah, I got your back, but that has a lot to do with looking for not just love, but looking for that person you're going to spend your life with. That
Yeah.
definitely comes from that.
Yeah, most definitely. So, you guys, you are here on Sex Talk with T.Graye on WEMS Radio. I got Prophet Pete co-hosting with me tonight. I got Scruncho in the building. It's a lot of big things going on for Scruncho. 2021 is being amazing. So, first things first, you guys, he has a new show, his first sitcom. And it's starring one of my most favorites. If you all watch me religiously, you already know how I feel about Buddy Lewis. He's been on my show. He's been amazing. And so he's the lead character in this sitcom. Scruncho is coming in, and it is like a Cheers environment. But tell everybody about this new show.
thank y'all, man. I know my reception might be a little bad because I, I had my phone in my pocket playing basketball, and I think I messed it up. So, am I getting good reception with y'all? Cause y'all hear What I'm saying?
It's coming through, maybe not its best, but we could definitely see you and hear you. So
Yeah, but I didn't hear the question. Did you ask me a question?
I said, tell us about your new sitcom.
Oh, my sitcom, man, it's dope. It's called Leon's Lounge. It starred R&B sensation, Adrian Marcel. You know what I mean? He's a hip hop artist, had a lot of hits. You know, young dude. You know, super talented, super handsome, super cool, down to earth. He got the lead, and his buddy Lewis, Miguel Nunez, Joe Torre, Doug Williams, and it's basically about it's a remake of it's a black version of Cheers. So it takes place in the bar setting, and Adrian, kind of like a rock and roll star, who kind of fall from ranks and come to his come back home to find himself, and everybody trying to get him, back out there to be a star. He kind of want to be home, you know what I mean? And it's that battle of him coming home to get some reality. And everybody, like myself, I'm like the mailman. So I coming out the bar like, just I'm the energy, the one that's cracking jokes, telling everybody business, But it's on BLK Prime. It's called Leon's Lounge. It premieres April 18th, and you should subscribe right now and click the link. Just go to BLK Prime, and it's right there. Man, it's doing amazing. Got amazing reviews, and I'm excited about it. And I shoot my special next month, May the 12th, in Los Angeles. I shoot my 1 hour special. Executive producers is Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube, and the director is DJ Pooh. So I'm excited about that as well.
I am excited too. So, first off, just with the sitcom, I don't know if you all caught all of the names that he mentioned, but there's a whole lot of natural funny on that show. Joe Torre's hilarious. Buddy Lewis cracks me up just all the time. Doug Williams is old school OG funny. Like, it's a lot of funny on that show. So I'm excited. I can't wait to see it. You guys make sure that you download your BLK Prime and look for Leon's Lounge. And this special, first though, I don't do this live, but I'm gonna go ahead and say, Scruncho, can you please fly me out? I want to come to the special.
Yeah.
Can I get some? Throw me on the list. Sneak me in the back, backstage pass. Fly bitch out. I ain't never just jump out there. I'm just going. The worst you could say is nah, Tiff.
Hey, you funny, T. I'm not gonna lie, man. The name of my special is called 2020, from last to first. And it's really just about, how 2020 had nothing to do with it. It was all God. It was God shaking us up to wake us up. And when it's a war, you must have casualties to define that it's a war. And the casualties, the lives that God took in 2020, he took those lives because somehow in our narcissist, we all forgot that the lives he took was never ours.
Mm-hmm.
It was his children first. So he took his children home to wake us up, to let us know this is all he is anyway. So you know what I mean? So he'd take key components to, hey, to wake everybody up. And he turned everything around. That's why everything is shook up. So I love it. I think everything that happened was a purpose and a reason. And I don't try to figure out why, because, God didn't make our minds big enough to understand how he worked. He just made it big enough to understand that he worked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely. So, on this show, we have talked a few times, you guys, just about the perspective and how 2020, going through the pandemic, how it changed everyone's perspective on so many things, especially for people who do live entertainment, because I really feel like COVID and the pandemic process was your shit or get off the pot moment for a lot of people in live entertainment. Some people, you guys, who we saw doing comedy, we just don't see them anymore. Um, but then that also made a lot of changes in relationships, and then how we meet, how we talk to people, what is priority versus what isn't. I've had some people on who before the pandemic their priority was their clothes and their hoes, and then following the pandemic they had to humble themselves. You know what I mean? They had to humble themselves off of what they were spending, off they had to humble themselves off of the type of women that they had around them or who they welcomed into their life, because now it's some deeper shit going on. Did your perspective on dating or relationships or your sex life change following the pandemic?
Yeah, I mean, my sex life changed for the better because it stopped. It made you really kind of like stop cheating yourself. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because you know, and to me, it made me just really took my mind off of sex, and maybe because now you can be sexing with this person, that person, and you never really get to know yourself. Because the more you have sex, the more you have sex, and the more you disconnect from who you are or whatever you could be, and you're really not connected with whoever you sexing with, if that's not the only person you're sexing with. So when you had this pandemic hit, you know what I mean, the red flags went up about who you choose to have sex with, because you know what's what. You know what I mean? And so now
Mhm.
it really put the brakes on everything. It made you look at fuck the sex. Nigga, who is you? Like, like it made you like once I started really looking around, like damn, I'm hanging out, I'm having sex with, females I might not even like, what I mean? But I never
Mm.
got a chance to get to know them because I'm into the lust of the world and the grind and the hustling. And I'm doing everything except sitting and looking at exactly who's in front of me. And I
Right.
just looking at them because she got a big old ass and she got a nice smile. And then who is bitch? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the fuck. So it wasn't really me getting to look at them. It was me getting to look at myself. So
Yes.
once I realized, okay, this is deeper than just, in a sex code, sex is what you make, either you can fuck or you can't. Either you're a good lover or you're not. You can do all the shit you want to do. You can put on the baby oil, you can do all the fancy things. Either you can lay dick or you can't. You know what I mean? And if you can, that ain't nothing to brag about. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, your sex life don't improve. It's only thing can improve in you when the pandemic came. It's something psychological, not physical. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Just
Mhm.
because you get more or get less don't mean you approve to improve. It's deeper than this. I only got no pussy. Fuck out of here. You know what I mean? It
Right.
was a time we just had to all wake up and go deeper than how the bitch pussy is. It was just a dope ass time. For people that took advantage of it. I loved it. You know.
And I know you spoke briefly on the sitcom, and then you mentioned some individuals that are very monumental in the entertainment industry as far as your 1 hour special. You kind of just like breezed over it a little bit. It was like, yeah, you mentioned something. You said Snoop, you said Ice Cube. There's a lot of things going on. So making those connections, first off, when there is that 1 hour special that does get released, where would it be released?
I didn't really hear the question because I static, but I heard you say, ask me about Ice Cube. Well, Ice Cube is, I shoot it on the 12th of May, and I've been in collaboration with Ice Cube for a couple of years now, and he wanted to put me in some other stuff, but he wanted something that was going to let my brand shine. So he thought during this pandemic, it'd be a good time for me to do my special, and he asked if I'd be interested in it. And then when Snoop found out Cube was uh, going to shoot my special, he got excited and he wanted to co-executive produce it because me and Snoop went to school together. We worked at Lucky's, a grocery store together. We got a deep history way before we ever celebrities. And we did Boston Up together. We did several some projects together. But we always wanted to do something on a bigger level. And I just think it was a perfect opportunity. Then when I walked in the room and all of a sudden DJ Pooh walked in, I'm like, man, it was like a dream, man. I was just like, well, this is way out, you know. So, but I was excited, but I expected that because I deserve it because I put the work in, and not just for prayer, because prayer really don't work without, you know, putting the work in. You can pray all you want, you still got to put the work in. And if you're just working for the manifestation you want, you ain't get it. You got to put your heart, your soul into it, and you got to pray for not for the things, but for the strength to continue to grind. You know, because I don't know what I had up there. All I knew is, Lord, just give me the strength to keep it getting it. I don't know where I'm going, but you know, just let me get it. You know what I mean? So, you know, like I say, everybody can pray all you want, but you still, guess what? Your blessings come through through the grind. Not to you, hold on. Like, Lord ain't tripping off your lazy ass. You got to put the work in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people don't want to put the work in. So, you know, I ain't shocked. You know, I'm just appreciative. God decided to, you know, give me that opportunity. You know what I mean? But, you know, he did take a long time, though, I ain't gonna lie. you know, so
You know that we know what they say. He may not come when you want him, but he be there right on time.
Right on time.
Good.
That's true. That's definitely the truth.
God says, Scruncho still
honestly,
making babies. Let's get this man some more money. Happy especially gonna be like, all right now, sit your old ass down there.
you know.
But so I am.
But that's the thing. That's always funny, though, Chris.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. I'm really excited for you. I understand how it is when you are putting in that grind and you've been just an OG in the game 20 plus years. So you're definitely getting your just due. And I think it's so many people who still don't know who Scruncho is. You know what I mean? They see you in the movies, and when they see you in the movies, they're like, oh yeah, okay, I know who you're talking about. But they not hip to your stand-up. They don't know that you destroy stages around here.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm
yeah, you know,
excited
it's like I appreciate you. Like, one thing about this comedy game is I tell anybody, there is no such thing of who the funniest person in the world is. That's a lie. It's only one funny. It's only one king, and it was Richard Pryor, and he dead. Everybody else got to get in line. And plus, if you really smart, you would never want to be the best. Because whenever a person talk about they're going to be the best in something, you better watch out for that motherfucker, because he might want to be the best, and if he want to be the best, he might do anything to be the best, and he might be part of his negotiation. So you should watch your motherfucking self, because being the best is not possible. Just be. You don't want to be the best. You want to be blessed, because the motherfuckers that's eating the best ain't the motherfuckers that's the best. It's motherfuckers that's blessed. Because when you're blessed, you can be a C minus, a barely C average comedian and get A-level money, not because you're the best, but because you're blessed. Take a blessing over the best.
Very true.
Motherfucking day of the week. You did.
Very true. We about to put that shit on the shirt. Just so you know. Just so you know. Best versus bless. We about to put that shit on the shirt. I'm gonna go ahead and cut your check, but I'm about to put that shit on the shirt.
Yeah, see, get check for that one, you know.
Yeah, I got you. But I think it's just such a powerful statement just to make, because I don't think people really put that part into perspective. But you're absolutely right. And I know that the comedians watch my show, and sometimes you guys feel like I'm stepping on your toes and some of the things I say, but the reality of it is y'all do some cutthroat shit. Y'all do. And when you get to a certain level, a certain caliber, I've been witness to people being blackballed. I've been witness to people being, negotiated out. And it's because the drive, you're not being driven by the funny anymore. You're not being driven by that same force that had you going to open mics when you would do your comedy for free. You know what I'm saying? You're not being driven by the same things anymore. But, I'm sure, like all things, when it's supposed to be your turn and when it's supposed to come to you, it will, the same way that it's coming to Scruncho. So like I said, you guys, I'm super, super excited.
Yeah.
And when it comes to being the best versus being blessed, I'm going to go ahead and switch it back up to the nasty, because we all here to talk about sex. I don't want to give you the best head in the world.
When I need the best head in the world. Well,
I
why
just,
would
I just want to give you the most blessed. The most blessed head, okay?
Well, and I think when it comes to that particular statement, right? When it comes to that particular statement, you don't want to give me the best, you want to give me the blessed. And then but I do truly understand, because when you hold the crown to something, people gonna come for the crown. So there might be people out there that be like, "Yo, I get better head than her." She said she gave you the best. She hold the crown. There's gonna be the individual that's gonna come through and be like, "Yo, I can do it better."
Y'all,
Might
I
not be
already know T.Graye is about to be on some bullshit with this. Okay, just so y'all know, what month is this right now, y'all? April. The whole rest of April. Okay, I'm gonna need y'all giving up some blessed head out here. Okay, don't give
I
up
need the
blessed
top
head.
game to be A1.
Blessed head.
It gotta be A1 head, like A,
Listen.
right? A1 head. And I think that what gives there's the blessed head, and then there's the I'm the best head when you add other elements to the situation, right?
Oh.
Because if you're focusing on that area, you still got two hands, and then you can still moan, you can groan, do all that. That take it over the top.
And see, all this time, you guys, I've been walking around here, not humble, thinking I got the best lips in the city. You know what I'm saying? Whole time, these was the most blessed lips in the city, and I just, sorry, Father God, thank you for this blessing which you have bestowed upon me. Because Lord, no, He didn't bless me with no ass and no titties, but He gave me these lips, and I appreciate it. We talking a whole lot of trash in here tonight. Scruncho's never seen me in person, so he don't even know how awesome this is in person. But you guys, we are here. We are here on Sex Talk with T.Graye, WEMS Radio. I got Scruncho in the building. We are in here having a good time. Even though my man keeps hopping in and out, I'm super, super excited to have you on. So 2021, I'm going to be bringing back sex advice because I have gotten away from it. But Scruncho, if you could give your best piece of sex advice, what would that be?
Yeah. If I want some sex advice.
Yes, your best piece of sex advice.
I always tell people this, man. The best sex advice I can give you is, like my dad told me one time. He said, if you ever looking for a wife, turn to God. He'll send your wife straight from the heavens. But he said, if you're not looking for a wife, you should know that the devil got some bad bitches. So, baby,
I can contest to that.
Man, all I'm trying to say, man, just anytime. Hey, but let me say anytime you sexual wise, man, you got it. You can't don't just know when you fucking, you know what I mean? Just know that I'd rather fuck a woman mind than to fuck her body. And I don't even want to fuck with her body if I can't really turn mine. So the best sex always starts psychologically. You know what I mean? See, a lot of people think, oh, you gotta do this. Okay, that's all good and dandy. But if you can connect, if you can get that, if you stop chasing, see, a lot of times the motherfucker chase a piece of pussy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But fuck a piece of pussy, chase a bitch that got peace. If she got peace in her mind, then her pussy gonna be amazing. But if her mind not at peace, then that piece of pussy gonna cost you a lot. So all pussy is not good pussy, but make sure when you go for your piece of pussy, you go for the right piece of pussy. That's the best advice I can give you. You know what I mean?
Hey, look, you came in here preaching. You came in here preaching tonight. Listen, I like having you on my show. We always do that.
1,000. You know? I mean, see, a lot of people don't want to hear the truth. See, sometimes, motherfucking, you know, one thing I know about this world, two things people don't want to hear, right? They don't hear your good ass moves, and they don't want to hear the motherfucking truth. You know what I mean? So, the best way to rise in this world is to shut your goddamn mouth.
Hey, let's just shut the fuck up. Yeah. Yeah.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah. You ain't been wrong yet. And see, that's you guys, this is why I love having some of the guests that I have, because the perspective is absolutely just amazing. And I can appreciate how real you are and how you give it to people straight, no chaser. They need to receive it in this way. They definitely need to get it in this way. So we're almost coming to the end of our time, you guys, but I want to make sure that you all have more than enough information from us. First things first, we're gonna be here again, y'all, next week, right? Next Tuesday, live show, more dope guests, more dope content. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We have a toy review coming up soon, you guys. So let us know. Hit me up. DM, email, what have you. Let me know what kind of toys you want us to talk about. And you don't know which comedian I'm going to bring in here. So make sure it's racy, make sure it's spicy. We're going to have a lot of fun. A lot of things are coming up. So for my guests, if you all are not already, make sure that you follow him at The Real Scruncho. That's on pretty much everything, definitely on Instagram. Make sure that you check out his new sitcom, Leon's Lounge. Get on, download your BLK, your Black Prime, watch the show. Buddy Lewis, you already know how I feel. Love Below Vet, he's on there. Miguel A. Nunez is on there. Joe Torre is on there. Somebody else funny that I'm forgetting. Doug Williams, he's on there. You all make sure that you support this show. You know, it's not a lot of our faces that are doing sitcoms that have these all-star casts that just guaranteed laughs. So you make sure you get those laughs. You make sure that when this man's special comes out, that you damn sure check it out. He's going to be shooting in May. T.Graye's going to work on getting flown the fuck out. Okay, y'all see that? I'm working on it. It's produced by Snoop Dogg, produced by Ice Cube, going to be directed by DJ Pooh. It's going to be amazing. If you haven't had any level of this man's funny, definitely when that comes out, when that hits the screens, we're going to make sure that we blow that up. I want everybody to get excited for it. Make sure you following your girl. Because if you ain't following me, I don't know where the fuck you're going. Okay? Hit up my website. Your girl got some new merch. I'm going to be bringing some new stuff out for the spring. Definitely going to have a Best versus Blessed shirt. Still in that. Okay? Still in that. That's coming. www.sextalkwithtgraye.com. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms at
the love below _ sex talk with T.Graye. Prophet, what you got going on, Prophet?
Yo, I got everything going on. Yo, just make sure you catch me on Wednesdays for the Profit Radio Show on WEMS. Then I got the spot on Thursdays with my man DJ Sean Recognize. Make sure you just tune into WEMSradio.com because we got Star Study Cast 7 days a week. It's just crazy.
Yay! And it's a new studio coming to Baltimore, you guys. So I'm so excited. Can't wait to get in there. Y'all already know T.Graye gonna be behind the scenes, snapping pics and doing all kinds of dumb shit. So I'll be in there. DJ Sean recognizes in there. P Money, he said you looking like you in the back cave. Yeah.
Right. Don't worry.
First off,
Be everywhere.
DJ Sean Recognize look like Red Run, but we're not going to talk about that today. Okay, we're going to bring him on here another day. Let him get the hat and the collar, see if he can preach us a word while he rap.
Mhm.
But this has been fantastic. Scruncho, is there anything you want to tell the people before we get up out of here?
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell everybody, man. Just just be careful what you bring in the room because the last thing gonna leave is the energy you left. So if you bring a good energy, is way more important than bringing yourself. Good energy is worth more than any PhD, any education, any amount of money. Hey, good energy is God, and that's the best way to show the God in you. You know what I mean? That's all I can tell.
Amen. Ain't nothing wrong with that, you guys. That's going down for one of my comedy quotes. So if you all miss a beat on anything that I'm doing, I also have 2 other dynamic podcasts, you guys, Conversations with Comedians and Illustrate Radio. Scruncho was recently on Conversations with Comedians and just dropped gems all over the place. So you guys already know I'm going to be putting him out for one of our comedian quotes, and that's going to be super dope. Make sure you follow that. Make sure you check out Illustrate Radio. We'll be live tomorrow. And I think that's it, you guys. I think that's it. That's all I got. T.Graye can't give you no more because if I keep blessing y'all with his face and his lips, it's going to be too much.
A wrap.
It's going to be too much. So, best sex advice from me, you guys, from 2021. Know your place.
You heard?
Know your place. Okay, so I will see you all next week. We will be right back here next Tuesday. We will be streaming live from YouTube, live from Facebook. We're streaming live on www.wemsradio.com. We live on Twitch. We're live everywhere. So we will see you again next Tuesday, 9 p.m. More dope guests, more sex talk, and I love you guys. Bye bye.